To be of goodwill, one has to want the end and means suggested by his own right reason. He has to know and to want what is good. He has to follow his own conscience. But even following a good conscience, being then of goodwill, people happen sometimes to want and to do something objectively wrong. Do they do good then? Do they merit to be congratulated for following their conscience? Well, no. It's impossible to do good while doing something wrong. Nonetheless, a few cases have to be distinguished. First case: an act is naturally wrong, absolutely speaking, like suppressing a patient's immune system. However, the same act is found good in some particular situation. If, for example, the patient suffers from rheumatoid arthritis, so that his immune system is attacking his articulation as if they were strange bodies. The doctor who then, rightly informed, prescribes a treatment suppressing the immune system does that in goodwill and does good. He follows his conscience, operated by a right reason, informed by some medical competence. Second case: an act is naturally wrong and without any circumstance which could redeem it, but is mistakenly believed good. A doctor, for example, makes his patient immunosuppressed for lack of knowing that he carries a latent tuberculosis. Does this doctor do good? No, for what he does is wrong. But he must not be blamed for it, as he does it in goodwill. The evil of his act is at natural level. At moral level, he is guilty of no malice, because his ignorance makes his act involuntary. Third case: the ignorance of the latent presence of the tuberculosis is due to some mistake from the part of the doctor who, out of carelessness, doesn't give himself the trouble to check. This doctor not only does wrong, but he is also responsible and blameworthy. In fact, ignorance or error don't excuse very often an act. To do so, they must first not come from some negligence, incompetence, precipitation, faculties weakened by passion, by alcohol, or some other substance. Moreover, ignorance or error may not concern whatever thing. For what is mainly concerned in an action cannot be ignored without fault. Nobody is excused when not knowing what he is doing. Nobody is excused either if he doesn't know the law, natural or positive. Only the ignorance of circumstances which could not be known make a wrong act involuntary and excuses it. It excuses it, but it doesn't make it good. Who effectuates such an act is to be pitied, not to be congratulated.